Hi you guys, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and this is another Smash Your Stash collaboration. For the month of February, we're focused on fiber supplies such as ribbon, embroidery thread, floss, twine, anything along those lines. And I have decided to do a little of both. Now, I had grand plans and I thought I would do a bunch of embroidering, but I forgot how long it took. So I'm going to show you that first, and then I'm going to show you what I did with the ribbon. So from MFT, I have the cross stitch rectangle die, and basically when you die cut this, it pre-punches a whole bunch of holes into a panel. And so I created this particular card. This is all stitched with embroidery thread. And it's not a traditional cross stitch. I did some sort of, I don't know, I made it up as I went along, but I'm sure someone has a name for it. It's kind of like an H or a basket weave, depending on which way you look at it. And then down the middle, just to add a little bit of something, I switched up the pattern just to give it some variation. Because I spent enough time doing this, not nearly as much as if I cross-stitched the whole thing, but I spent enough, I opted to keep this very simple because I did not want to hide any of the stitching. So I just had a banner. I added a sentiment that I found in my stash. This is from Pink Fresh Foiled Embellishments, and it just says, "I got my fingers crossed for you," which I thought kind of went along the lines, you know, cross-stitching, and then just a few enamel dots. In one of my more recent videos, I showed how to do this braided ribbon wreath. This was the card that I created in that particular video. And because I had so much fun with it, and because it used up quite a bit of ribbon, it used up about 6 feet, just a little over 6 feet at about 75 inches. I thought it would be a great way to smash my green ribbon stash. So I also pulled out some just plain old olive grosgrain ribbon. And this is what I came up with for that. It's exactly the same wreath concept. I just switched the bow in this case, made it shorter, and I only matted this one on a red, not on a red and a green like this. Same old olive green ribbon, but exactly the same design as this one, only I made the panels a little bit thinner so you don't see more red on this one than you do on this one. And then the last one, I took some other ribbon. I don't know where I got this, probably from Michael's at one point in time. It's got these little loops along the edge, and I thought that would be kind of fun. It's also a more delicate ribbon, and I think this one is my favorite. But of course, I had way more of this ribbon in my stash than this one. I just added some little half gold pearl embellishments from Tailored Expressions and some red sequins. These are some peel-off stickers, again, working through my stash. I figured this was a good opportunity to use some of those. So in addition to the 5 cards, I did have some leftover ribbon scraps from making these braided ribbon wreaths. And all I did was folded them in half and used some embroidery thread to form a tie at the top, and I have a tassel. I've left these at the lengths they are because I don't really know what project I'm going to use this on. Likely what I will end up using it on is on like a journal of some sort, although it would be kind of fun to have a whole bunch of these in rainbow order as a decor piece. Something to think about. But it's just a really simple tassel that I can either thread a ring through or string to tie it to something. And it was a great way to use up those little scraps left over from these. So that is it for my share. Be sure to check out all the collaborators in the description below. I'm sure they will have some great ideas to use up some of your ribbon, twine, embroidery thread, you know, all that stuff in your stash. Be sure to subscribe if you are interested in seeing more of these videos. We post them on the 7th of each calendar month. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys, and until next time, happy crafting.